Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Martin Wenzel. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we are on Mayotte, or in Mayotte, on Dazoudzi. I think that's the name of the island, or the city right there, and we are at, well, let me pull it up so I can try to butcher the name, Dazoudzi International Airport, in Dazoudzi, Mayotte, France. Foxtrot, Mike, Charlie, Zulu. And let's just kind of clean some stuff up here. All right. Oh, and my, if you get too far away, it flips the logo, or the text flips around on the paint here. So it must be an old paint, I don't know. But here we are at the airport. This is a modded airport, actually. But in this terminal, I believe, like, basically none of this stuff was here before. It's pretty bare bones. We got Air Madagascar sitting over here. Person raised the runway elevation to its proper height. I don't know if there's a hill in real life to the runway. And threw in a few other objects. We do have a capability for pushback. We have a jetway that actually connects to the plane. And basically, I think, well, we don't have any other traffic, so I think we can back off to the right there and then get ourselves to the runway. We won't have to just back all the way onto the runway. But we'll see once we get a little bit further in here. So we are flying with the Boeing 787-10, and this is the mod from Heavy and a few others. And hopefully this will give a little bit more functionality to the plane and all that. Let's jump inside and get things going. Let me just pull up Alright, so we're gonna wanna get our battery on. Right there, battery on. Okay, we kinda wanna adjust our brightnesses. Alright, then we need to get our external power. It does say available. Let's make sure, let's actually get it. You see the door light and the parking brake are set. Go over here. I want to request power supply.
Ground Reunion 275 Heavy, could you please send a ground power unit? Reunion 275 Heavy, a ground power unit is on the road.
Alright, we're going to be flying from here to Roland Garros Airport in Saint-Marie, Saint-Denis, Réunion, France. So Réunion Island, south of here. Foxtrot Mike, Echo Echo. And this flight is based on Air Austral 277. Well, I actually went with 275. So the description's wrong, but 275, this flight will be taking, we're going to be taking off around 3 p.m. And usually this flight is using a Boeing 787-8, but we're going to be using the 787-10, and it's the mod B78XH from Heavy Division. And the livery is created by Hugo Vincent. You can find all those below in the description, links, and everything there. So, what do we got to do now? We called for that power truck. So we should be able to put our power on. But now the APU gen will say off. I don't know why it said on initially. It really shouldn't be on initially, I don't think. External power, beacon light on. Well, we do that once we get pushback, I believe. We don't need that right now. Engine fuel cutoff, 1 and 2 set to on. So let me get over here. I don't have any custom. Oh, no wonder. I'm on the wrong thing. There's the overhead panel. There we are. So I'm looking for Engine fuel cutoff 1 and 2. Is it gonna be up here? Here's fuel. Engine mode cutoff. I'm not seeing it up here. So maybe it's down. Oh, right there. Duh. Alright, engine fuel cutoff. APU start. The first time Why would that be the where you have? Oh, there we go. Okay, I see. So APU gens. No, we want APU start. Where is APU? APU start, and then it will switch to on. Left and right generators on. End external power supply. That'll be. We'll do that a little bit later. And let's get our ADIS right now.
Foxtrot Mike Charlie Zulu Airport Information Oscar 1100 Zulu. Wind 158 at 14. Visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 26. Dew point 13. QNH 30.00. Visual runway 16 in use. Landing and departing runway 16. VFR aircraft safe.
Alright, let's tune back to ground. And we're gonna look, we got the APU started, so let's get the Pack X so the passengers can get on. Set this up right here, start flight, career mode. Foxtrot Mike Charlie Zulu, Foxtrot Mike Echo Echo, Réunion 275, 39,000 feet is our cruise. Flight time's gonna be about an hour, we'll add 10 minutes, just to be safe, hour 50. And 44 minutes until takeoff. I don't know about that, but that's what it's going to be. For now, I do have them loading faster than. I don't have realistic loading, just so we can get them on. And we are doing Air Austral. Let's see if we have an Air Austral boarding music. We do not. Let's put some ambient on them. And safety brief. I do have an Air Austral safety video. We're going to do with in-flight entertainment system. Turn that music down a little bit. Alright, so we got our passengers getting on today. Take a look at that. You can see how fast they're getting on. Got our 3 sections. Getting on a little bit faster than usual, but I think realistic is a little bit too slow with Pack X. I don't know why we don't have the little bar down here to. Why is it on there? Alright, let's see if I can get the HUD for Pack X going here. Where is it? Always something. Always. I guess we're not gonna get that. Alright, we're gonna restart that. And why is this open? Alright. Oh, we don't want that ATR. My plane. We're not flying the ATR. That's what I was probably doing actually, is I was going to fix that, but we'll just do that. Alright, where are we? What are we doing? Alright, let's start this flight over again. 50. Boarding music, we're gonna do the ambient. Safety briefing, Air Austral, in-flight entertainment system, and there we go. Okay. Now, we've got the passengers coming on. We have our HUD down there. And we need to figure out what I'm doing. Tune that is request IFR clearance, of course. That is usually what you do.
Ground Reunion 275 Heavy ready to copy IFR clearance to Gillett. Reunion 275 Heavy is cleared to Gillett Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 16 climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.9er, Squawk 4534. Reunion 275 Heavy cleared to Gillett Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 16 climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 128.9er, Squawk 4534.
I'm not sure where I put the squawk in
Reunion 275 Heavy,
here.
read back correct.
If I have to.
On 119er.2.
Right there. The squawk is 4534. Yep, there it is. Alright. Okay, IFR clearance. We got the IFR clearance into autopilot 161. We're taking off at runway 16. 13,000 is our initial. And let's get into the flight computer. Alright, so our air rack data is a little out, but I'll be okay. We are at Foxtrot Mike Charlie Zulu. Copy this. Right down here. We're at gate 0. I think this actually, if we would do this, it would automatically set that heading for us up there. Our route. Runway 16. We can actually get it from SimBrief. Let's try that. This is something new from Heavy. Activate. Execute. And let's see. We can check the legs. Jawabi. Okay, so there's one there. I feel like there should be more, but that might be all that comes in. Yeah, I don't think that loaded everything in. But let's see if we can do our route. Go to the next page. Yes. So we're going Suave. That's not what I want to do. I like to kind of keep my ATC off screen now, but I guess we'll just have to keep messing that up. Alright, Suave, and then we're going to go Uniform. We're going to do an airway, Uniform, Bravo. 790. Now, why do I feel like we're forgetting something very important, like the nav? I guess we don't have to do the nav in this plane. It's already, it just automatically starts going. Yeah, because it's already got the maps up. Okay. So we want to go back to the flight computer. There we go. Uniform Bravo 790 is our airway, and we're going to take that to Dubai. And then we'll be getting our routing in there. Right. Gross weight. So everything's in pounds. I'm not sure if there's a way to payload manager. Okay, so everything's in pounds. Fuel. And I think this will actually, if we change required values, then we do this, it'll automatically fuel it, or automatically do it for us instead of us having to put it all in there. Actually, I'm going to do it manually. So, okay, so let's go. Here, NITREF, performance. Alright, let's go. Too many things going on. Yep, cost index is 15. Flight altitude. Reserves. Okay, so fuel we need. We're just going to do it in here. This is all in kilograms. And we need to, well, we can put the, yeah, we can actually do it in here in kilograms, so it's fine. So block fuel is going to be 15,890, so very little actually. So we're gonna just, I think we're gonna go like that. You can see how the plane is really bouncing around when we do that. So we need 15. $15.80, so we'll go. Gotta go to 16. $15,800. Now we're a little over. We'll do that. That will work. We need then our payload. We have 381 passengers. Cargo is 700 kilos. And then total payload is 40,000 kilos. So a little bit more in business. Probably go up to 6,000 in a premium economy. And an economy class is probably gonna be 20,000 at least. Forward baggage. We'll go like that. We'll go right there. All right, that is pretty good. Execute. VNAV, LNAV. Okay, this is saying we want to sure our LNAV, VNAV. Our flight director's on. Where's my flight director? There we go. Auto throttle. And those are all set to on, but the master switch is still off. We don't want that on yet. Where is that? That's right there. All fuel pumps on. Where are my fuel pumps? Over here. On. Okay. And we're going to be doing taxi, IFR, and all that. So let's make sure our flight plan, everything is ready in here. Cross limitation. Takeoff. Takeoff we want to do. What do we do for flaps? Flaps 10. Let's do, yeah, flaps 10 is usually is what I have. We'll do 15.
If you have trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call button over your seat. Somebody will assist you. If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card and
that's what I thought. I thought it was more 10.
If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know. That way you can sleep. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Now let's see what we're doing for the boarding status.
Are we almost done boarding back there?
12 minutes. So even with going faster and realistic, it's taking a while. Oop. All right. Cute. Next page. Oh. We did take off, right? Go to our departure and arrival. We are departing on runway 16. Execute. Route. Okay. And we should be good there. So now it's basically, I just want to double check things right now. Get our nav and logo light on. Where are they? Nav, logo, wing. Don't need the wing lights on. Alex. So once the engine gets going. Now IRS is automatic. You can't even turn it off. A lot of stuff still not functional, but hopefully they get this to the same level as that the A32NX, A320 that FlyByWire is doing. That'd be great. Let's go outside. Oh. Hi, Gage. Sorry, I was looking at another page for a checklist. Let me just pull that out so I can have you both up at the same time. So just for anyone stopping in at this point, we've gotten the FMS set up. We have the APU running. We are just waiting for the passengers to get on. We have about 9 minutes left. We're going to ask them to expedite this so we can get going.
Hey, can we get a boarding
We're
status?
far ahead of schedule, though, and no matter what, we'll be about 20 minutes. That didn't really do anything and knocked about a minute off. So we're gonna be flying. We're in Dazoudzi, Mayotte, France, an island in the Indian Ocean north of Madagascar, and we're gonna be flying across Madagascar south to Réunion Island. And actually, we'll pull up right here, pull up the Nav Charts, and just take a look at this while we're waiting. So it's just pretty much a straight shot. We're flying into Saint-Denis. The airport's technically in Saint-Marie right here, but the major city that it serves, Saint-Denis. Our next flight will be going to Mauritius, very short hop. We're doing a few short flights here. This is actually the long flight today. Only about an hour and a half though. Mayotte, I think, then on this island is going to be Dazoudzi, and then Pamanzi is the island, I believe. Or it might be this whole thing. Not exactly sure, but you can see we're just going straight out. We don't have any SIDS. I don't know what is going on in my neighborhood. Just things getting smashed and falling down, loud motorcycles, all kinds of fun things. That's our flight. We can pull out and see where we are in the world. And let me see if I have a chart here. Obviously we have our airport chart. A hill or something? No, I didn't. Got no SIDS, no reference charts. This is all we got. Looking for anything. Yeah, for takeoff, runway 34, the correct operation of the obstacle marking of the hill in the north funnel is mandatory. But we are taking off into the sea, so we don't have to worry about that hill coming in. Actually, last flight, I didn't even notice that hill coming in because I was so distracted by other things going on, which is not a good thing, but you kind of see it right there. Yeah, basically you gotta clear this hill, kind of right there. You go into that edge, shoulder of it. Ground is really bumpy. You see, we need to do a repave or something. Alright, 3 minutes left. Get this boarding expedited.
We're ready up here if we can finish the boarding process a bit sooner.
See what we can do. No promises.
Get on the plane, please. Alright, let's see if we got anyone on here interesting. Any names we recognize? Pretty full flight, it looks like. Yeah, self-loading cargo, you can see how many passengers are on so far out of how many we're gonna have. I think we're gonna go completely full here. Okay, looks like tomorrow is getting her bags up there. Sonny Bradley in first class, business class there. Hamza Amari. Let's see, how many more? Business class completely full. Premium economy also full. And it looks like we're probably
We're ready to go when you are.
okay. It looks like everyone's on. We just gotta wait for people to get seated. We saw those flight crew come out. Juan, Linda, Catherine, Lou, and Danny, of course. Let's go. All right. So we can now back in the plane. We're going to actually get a pushback. Let's taxi. We get a pushback first. Let's have the jetway disconnect.
Ground Reunion 275 Heavy, could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 275. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 50 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please
Ground from flight deck.
Verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seat backs must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Flight attendants, please prepare cabin for departure and cross-check.
I'm using pushback zoomer here. All do all vocal commands with pushback. And that is in the description below, I believe. Just double check. Yep, I have that linked. Anything I mention, you probably can find it on flightsim.to, which is basically the best mod website for Flight Simulator right now. Okay, I don't like how this jetway is basically sitting on my engine a little bit. Okay, so you can see the plane's kind of jittering. That means it's connected. We're ready for pushback.
Pushback request not possible as the state is not idle.
It is not idle. What? That's supposed to mean. Okay, state is not idle. Always something going on in this neighborhood. Alright, ready for pushback. We are ready for pushback. Brakes released. Okay, pushback doesn't want to do it. But if I do... Okay, that's weird.
Ground Reunion 275 Heavy requesting pushback to steer the aircraft to the left.
Thank you for flying with us.
Reunion 275 Heavy, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue à bord. Les consignes de sécurité vont vous être présentées. Nous vous demandons toute votre attention. Welcome on board, ladies and gentlemen. Please pay your full attention to the following safety instructions. Vos bagages doivent être rangés dans les coffres situés au-dessus de vous ou sous le siège vous faisant face. Ils ne peuvent en aucun cas être placés dans une allée ou devant une issue. En cas d'évacuation, laissez vos bagages en cabine. Your baggage must be stowed in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you. Aisles and emergency exits should be clear of baggage. In case of evacuation, please leave your baggage in the cabin.
I forgot to end the external power supply. That's alright, we pulled away. Okay, so we need to start the
Les téléphones
engine.
portables doivent être impérativement éteints ou placés en mode avion pendant toute la durée du vol. L'usage d'appareils électroniques portatifs est autorisé en dehors des phases de décollage et d'atterrissage. All mobile phones must be switched off or set to airplane mode during flight.
I believe
Portable electronic devices may be
once we
used
get
except during
up here, then we go to
takeoff and
run.
landing.
Once we get to 20, I think.
Votre ceinture de sécurité s'attache, s'ajuste et se détache comme ceci. Your seatbelt is to be fastened and adjusted. Pendant le vol, nous vous recommandons de la maintenir attachée si vous n'avez pas à vous déplacer. We advise you keep your seatbelt fastened during the flight. Les issues de secours, situées de chaque côté de la cabine, sont signalées par un panneau exit qui s'éclairera en cas d'urgence. Dès l'arrêt complet de l'avion, suivez les consignes de l'équipage. Un marquage lumineux vous indiquera le cheminement à suivre. 10 emergency exits located on each side of the cabin are clearly indicated by an exit sign which lights up in case of an emergency. Once the aircraft has come to a complete stop, please listen to the cruise instructions. Strip floor lighting will guide you to the exit. En cas de dépressurisation de la cabine, des masques se présenteront automatiquement devant vous. Appliquez-le comme ceci. Si un enfant est assis à côté de vous, aidez-le après avoir ajusté votre masque. In the event of losing cabin pressure, oxygen masks will fall automatically in front of you. Put it on your face and adjust it. Adjust your own mask before helping any children sitting beside you. En classe loisir, un gilet de sauvetage est situé sous votre siège. En classe confort et club austral, vous le trouverez logé entre deux fauteuils. Votre gilet s'enfile et s'attache comme ceci. In loisir class, a life jacket is located under your seat. In comfort and club austral classes, a life jacket is stored between the seats. Your life jacket fastens like this.
Ready to taxi IFR.
Gonflez-le sur ordre de l'équipage. Inflate your life jacket only on cabin crew instructions.
Contact tower on 119er decimal 2 when ready.
Ce vol est non fumeur. Fumer dans les toilettes ou porter atteinte au fonctionnement des détecteurs de fumée est passible de poursuite. This is a non-smoking flight. Smoking in the toilets or tampering with the smoke detectors is liable to prosecution. L'utilisation de cigarettes électroniques est également interdite. Electronic cigarettes are forbidden. Une notice de sécurité est située dans la pochette du siège vous faisant face. Nous vous demandons de la lire attentivement avant le décollage. Avant notre départ, le dossier de votre siège doit être redressé. Votre tablette et le repose-pied repliés et le cache-hublot ouvert. A safety card has been placed in the seat pocket in front of you. Please read it carefully before takeoff. Before takeoff, please ensure that your seat is in the upright position, your tray table and the footrest folded away and the window blind open. Le commandant de bord et son équipage vous remercient de votre attention et vous souhaitent un agréable vol. The captain and his crew thank you for your attention and wish you a very pleasant flight. Bon voyage à toutes! Tower Reunion 275 Heavy at runway 16 ready for takeoff IFR to Gillett.
Reunion 275 Heavy cleared for takeoff runway 16.
Cleared for takeoff runway 16 Reunion 275 Heavy.
Yeah, I have to go up this hill. That's not something. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah, I think this airport still needs a little bit more work. I think by raising the runway, but not raising the rest of it, I think you added something that causes a little bit of a problem. I was gonna say we could just turn left actually, but I think we need the whole runway. Turn. We're gonna have a hard time getting this thing turned around. Yeah, I don't think we'd have enough room if we didn't go to the end. There's not a lot of room there with the turnaround. Definitely don't have a lot of room to go off that runway anymore. Not that you want to anyway. Yeah, I'm very surprised that this is a 787 flight here. Oh, did I just run out of... You get to a point where it just kind of locks up and doesn't want to turn anymore. Turn. No, it doesn't want to turn. Oh wow, it does not want to turn. They're doing so good too. Okay, so what I do with this is I open pushback helper and I kind of cheat here. I'm gonna kind of go reverse. Want to turn right? No, we want to turn left, 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 left. Be careful here. So, kind of busting the realism a little bit, but it actually can pull us into position. So maybe this is better to just have a tug take you out here. I don't know what they do in real life. I do still need to get this the steering working. It is really hard at an airport like this. Look at that, it's going to get us nice and perfectly lined up, actually. Alright. Okay, so we have our flaps in the proper position. Position 10. And alright, let's do a cabin ready check. Not gonna give me a cabin ready check? Alright. We are ready for takeoff. Here we actually, yeah. Double check some of this stuff down here is what I should be doing. Alright, we're stable. Go Toga. Why is there a vehicle on the runway? Did we get clearance to take off? Yeah, we did when we were getting on the runway.
Reunion 275 Heavy, contact Anton Anarivo Center on 128.9er.
128.9er for Reunion 275 Heavy. Anton Anarivo Center, Reunion 275 Heavy is at 1,600 feet, climbing 13,000 feet. Reunion 275 Heavy, Anton Anarivo Center, continue as planned. QNH3 0.00.
Okay, so auto throttle must be on because I can't control the throttle at all. Oh, gotta retract the flaps. Don't forget to do that, or you'll have troubles. I was a little preoccupied with the throttle there. This thing really likes to climb. Look at that. It is going crazy because I think we picked up a little bit too much speed there. That is not a climb rate you want to really maintain. That's how fast we're out of there too. Clear day. Coming up on 10,000 feet, we will switch to standard on the barometer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to
we'll turn off our landing
fasten while you're
lights.
seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatories.
coming up to 10,000, so let's see if they clear us. Sometimes they get stuck. I don't want to do it. Now with the A320neo, there's actually a pack of 5 liveries for Air Austral with a different tail graphic. That's pretty cool, but this is the only one for the 787-10 that's available.
Climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Expect flight level 270, Reunion 275 Heavy.
Reunion 275 Heavy climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb and maintain flight level 190, Reunion 275 Heavy. Center, Reunion 275 Heavy. Request flight level 370.
Reunion 275 Heavy climb and maintain flight level 190. Expect flight level 370.
Climb and maintain flight level 190. Expect flight level 370, Reunion 275 Heavy.
Reunion 275 Heavy climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, Reunion 275 Heavy.
heavy climb and maintain flight level 370. Climb and maintain flight level 370 Reunion 275 heavy. 275 heavy climb and maintain flight level 390. Climb and maintain flight level 390, Reunion 275 heavy.
Our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note we only accept credit cards. The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when needed in case of unexpected turbulence.
Alright, we can start seeing Madagascar just ahead of us. Yeah, so we're a little bit further north. We're about that third. We went over Mahajanga last time, which is going to be just, I want to say, probably just off our screen. Let's see if I can rotate and find it. Dang it. Always end up turning off my ACC where I'm at. Okay, so we're kind of going into this. This is Lava. It's going to be the little town. Right, basically we're going to be going, well, it's going to be right over here, I think. And then we have that next little delta inlet and rivers going in, and then we flew up to Comoros. We basically flew over there, which is Mahajanga. Tell you one thing, this plane is a lot easier to fly than that ATR 72. I want to fly the ATR into Mauritius in the next flight. It's a short flight, but I don't know, everything's telling me, you know, after that experience last stream, flight 25, you know, bad takeoff, bad landing, just it's not even the real cockpit. And so I think, I don't know, I'm in the mood for doing an A320 flight, or I really wanna find if I can. I wish there were some more liveries, more fictional liveries for the CRJs, because I'd love to fly the CRJs on some of these shorter hops. Unfortunately, not a ton of those available though.
flight level 390. Reunion 275 Heavy ends in Réunion Center. Continue as planned.
Hey, Johnny John. Yeah, it was a pretty good takeoff, actually. I mean, this plane is much easier to fly than the ATR, just because the ATR isn't actually an ATR with the cockpit and everything, so there's a lot of problems. It's hard to figure out. This one, I still need to learn how to, you know, I flew so much Boeing in X-plane, so it's basically the same, but getting used to some of those, you know, where everything is, especially in this plane, because it's different than the 737 a little bit. And just as you came in, the cloud cover changed, and you can even see the volumetric clouds here, and that's again because I'm using the Unreal Weather mod that pulls. It seems to pull it in a little bit better than the live weather for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Look at that. You can just see the different cloud levels down there. That's pretty amazing. You see that down there. Look at that. Look at that shot right there. You just see down this tunnel. There's clouds right on the ground. You know, if you go to the weather, you see the different cloud levels that are showing up. This is the one that we're right there. And then you got these cloud levels, all the different winds, the temperature. And that's because we just got the new MEDAR from Foxtrot Mike Sierra 4 minutes ago now. But yeah, just a great cloud cover. We're right above it. You can see all the way down. You can even see the ground, just the different levels of clouds. Very cool. Yeah, so takeoff was okay. Getting into takeoff position was pretty hard just because this plane is so big, and I still need to work on that nose wheel steering and figure out how to get that functional that can get, especially with these bigger planes. The A320 usually works okay, the smaller planes no problem, but this one, especially trying to do a turnaround on the runway, there's not enough room. And it just does not, it'll get stuck, the wheel gets stuck, and so hopefully can find something about that and get that fixed going forward. Do I have any wing views? Yeah, we go. Let me know which view you like here. I mean, we got, well, we got this wing view. So these are all just the stock ones that come with the plane. I didn't add any custom ones yet. We got our undercarriage view there. Got an engine view. Yeah, texture is leaves a little to be desired. It's not an 8K texture, I don't think. We got a couple different wing views, reverse wing views with the right next to the engine. Oh yeah, this plane has those massive wings. It's just kind of crazy because there's just those two engines. You know, you're used to that 747, you have those 4 engines on that big wing. Got our interior view, you can see the moon. This flight, we started at, should have taken off around 3 p.m. I think, but I think we took off early, so. But we're gonna be landing, and the lights should be coming on on Réunion Island, and that's a beautiful sight actually. I did a morning takeoff there, and you know, as the lights, you're taking off and you got the sun rising and the lights. It's a really cool look. Yeah, so that's all the views right there. I'll go back to. See that, how that wing is. So we hit some wing. Yeah, you can kind of even see that flexing going on as we're kind of bouncing on the air. I'm not sure why this tail number is like baked in. I didn't put the tail number on at all. Yeah, it kind of doesn't look so great up front or up close, the texture. I suppose that's what you get when you get an 8K texture. You're going to be able to kind of get right up next to it. The problem we got, looks like 53 minutes remaining. We'll be arriving at about 2129 Zulu. I'm not sure exactly what time that would be local. I did go off of the real flight time for this flight. Throw that in. Yeah, we're actually doing the real life Saturday flight next week, Saturday. I don't know why it's not showing me what. Next week, Saturday, May 25th. I suppose it's because it's not Saturday, it's already Sunday over there, I would think. But next Saturday, May 29th, they have one flight, and it's Réunion 275. So that's what we're flying. On Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, it's Réunion 277, and those flights take off 9:15 on Tuesday and Thursday, and then Sunday it's 11 o'clock. But we took the Saturday one, and that took off at 3 in the afternoon, and should land at 6:10 in Réunion. But it's only a projected 2-hour, 10-minute flight. But so we're going to cross a time zone and gain an hour, or lose an hour, be 1 hour later than it would be back on Dazoudzi, Kamanzi. coming up on Pittam. And once we hit Pittam, that's basically the edge of... It's like a little island that hangs off of the edge of Madagascar, the east side of Madagascar. We can't really see it though because we've got this thick cloud cover. Just see a river way down there. Again, it looks like it's like the ocean down there. Still be able to see. Yeah, we're over the ocean now. Basically, right now we're crossing over that waypoint Pittam. Just skirting by what is this? What airport? Ambodia Tafa Airport. That just comes out as Mike Golf 0012. That's the airport designation, I guess. Yeah, and then on the other end of that island you have Foxtrot Mike Sierra, which is St. Marie Airport, and that's where we are getting our weather data right now. Surprisingly, we actually... A couple people have flown there. I'm looking at Volanta, and it tells you like all the people that have flown to a certain airport within the last month. We're gonna see, let's see how, I want to just see how popular, yeah, Samuel 738. He's flown to the to Réunion 10 flights this month. So 35 flights this week. So it's a pretty decently popular airport. Some of these you would think there would be no flights at all to them, but I suppose out here on these islands, you're getting the frame rate does not. Kind of seems like the frame rate's dragging a little bit, or when I do the rotation and stuff. The drone camera's not as smooth as it could be. This is a pretty cool flight tracking actually. Yeah, surprisingly, Ivato Airport and Antananarivo in Madagascar, only 4 flights. It's only seen 4 flights this month. So, well, that's kind of interesting. I'll just pull this over here and show you what I'm looking at. Yeah, kind of. I'm using Project Fly still, but I'm also using this. I'm probably going to switch over to using this full time, but it kind of shows you, like, if you've flown here, you get a different rank, how many times you've flown to the airport. Here's our active flight. We can see, like, the elevation of land and our altitude. You can also see our other flights on this this plane, and you can see that was we came in the VOR, and then came in for the landing last time. And we actually look at this airport, and look, we get a Explorer, and if you come here multiple times, get familiar. So that's pretty cool. Like a little bit just more statistics and stuff. Yeah, same thing here. So if you take off from an airport. So I'm going to be trying to import my Project Fly stuff, and that'll be really cool to bigger. And then as you zoom out, you can see some of the biggest airports in the world, or the big popular ones. Now we're going to be going here, King, at some point. Actually, not a lot of flights there, surprisingly. Anyway, that's pretty cool. It's a little bit different. the way it is kind of showing statistics a little bit different. We're gonna give that a try. I like what Project Fly offers too, but I think this one looks a little offers some pretty cool stuff as well. Starting to get a little hole here in the cloud. You can see we're directly over the Indian Ocean. don't know why I can't get my stuff to go where I want it to go there. I don't know what's showing on that screen, but it has to. Yeah, I'm thinking... So I'm just looking at the next flight. Now, I know the first time I flew the flight... I don't think I actually flew from... Oh yeah, I did. I think I flew from Saint-Denis over to Plaisance, Mauritius. And I think I flew Air Austral in an A320. And then I flew from Mauritius all the way back to... I think I flew from there to Johannesburg. And so I kind of did these flights in a different order, and I was able to fly then our Mauritius livery over to Johannesburg. But this way, it's like there's... Actually, I mean, I could still fly the Air Mauritius A320 livery, but there's a couple flights that are the ATR 72 or the 76, and I don't know, I just didn't have a good experience flying that one last flight. It's only a 45-minute flight, though. It looks so nice flying it with that smaller plane, but it just doesn't work very well. So I'm probably gonna switch that out to the A32NX. We're gonna fly Air Mauritius colors. We could fly Air Austral colors. We could even fly, I think, let me see if I can find... Yeah, I could fly even, I believe, Corsair Air colors. Yeah, that Corsair flight would be in an A330, and I could fly the A330. You know, same with the Air Mauritius, I believe. One of those is it's a 350 A350 900 flight. Yeah, that's the flight that they have is an A350. Now there is no A350 available currently. And the A330 is a little less functional than obviously the A32NX, but I kind of want to... They got that Corsair though. That's a cool looking livery too, but I think we'll have another chance. Might have another chance to fly that airline at some point. Air Mauritius is, you know, pretty much limited to here, so we'll probably do that in the A320. It'd be cool to do it in the ATR, but yeah, that was just such a headache. It was driving me nuts. So when we get into that live stream, I might be doing it in the A32NX, get the full functionality, or maybe using Project Megapac's A330. We'll see how that one works. I do have, just want to look and see. I do have some flights where I'm going to be using that, so there's no rush into using the A330. There'll be quite a few flights that's the actual flight. We'll see. We'll see if I want to experiment on a third straight flight today and use the A330. It's pretty much functional. It's basically as functional as Boeing, where it's like a lot of the knobs don't work as they do in the A32NX. We will see what I decide to do. And if I do that flight tonight or right after this stream, or if I decide to jump over to American Truck Simulator and do a stream. Because I do need to start getting that going again. A lot of subscribers over here I know are subscribed because of American Truck Simulator, and a little disappointed in not seeing American Truck Simulator videos coming out lately. Those will be coming at some point, and at some point I just need to pull the trigger and do it. Okay, we're about a quarter of the way between Tigris and Dobut, and Dobut's our last waypoint. And at that point, we're going to either go on a star. Hopefully, ATC gets to us, and ATC doesn't like to use stars here, and don't really need to use stars all the time, especially at these smaller airports. Even though they are available, these airports don't have a ton of traffic, and so they'll just vector us in. And we're going to follow the vectors. We actually had a decent experience going into Comoreau following their vectors and letting ATC bring us in. It was kind of a strange route. We could have just gone in a straight line instead of doing whatever they had us do, but maybe that was just to give us more time to get lined up or something. But you never know with the AI. I am trying to get IVAO to work, but it's not accepting my flight plan, so maybe this next flight I will try something different with the flight plan and see if that does the trick. We haven't even been inside the cockpit in a while. We don't really have much range on this, do we? See, we're just off a little bit. That's probably because of the tracking. Yeah, that's something we can't actually change on this plane. We can change it on the A32NX. Just pull out. Like as you get further out, obviously, we're right in line. We'll probably just drift it over a little bit because of the wind. That's when you would, if you were in heading mode, you'd go to tracking mode. It would actually put you directly on. See, our heading is 149. So what's at 146? That's actually tracking, probably. As it is. Yeah, in that tracking mode, it'll put you where you want to go. So if you want to go on heading 146, it will adjust the plane to fly at the way it needs to do to get to that point, taking in the wind account, I believe is what that does. Very quiet interior. We do have our little... This is actually... I have never used this when I was flying the 737-800 and it was available, but now that I see it, why am I not using it? It gives you that nice... gives you your degrees, turns, all that stuff heads up. You can actually be seeing stuff. And I'm going to bring this when we come in for the landing. I'm going to be using this. I've never used it. Now I just pulled it down. It's like, wait a second, why haven't I been using this when it's available? It's, don't have to have your head looking like this. Be nice and aware of everything going on. That's something I forgot to do on the takeoff. We didn't have it set to RTO for our takeoff for the auto brake, but our weather radar on. Install the clouds. So yeah, next flight will either be in the... It's going to be in the Airbus, one of the Airbuses, either A320 and the A32NX by FlyByWire, which is probably going to be the easiest one and the most functional. Hey Marlon, again. Yep, second flight of the day. We might be able to get a third flight in. The third flight's only going to be about 45 minutes. We're not going to do the ATR again. That was just kind of a disaster. And just wasn't that fun. I think it's cool to fly at that lower speed, at that lower altitude on these island hops, and at some point we'll be able to get maybe a better freeware version of that will work better, or I'll figure out how to use the Beechcraft cockpit. But my plan for the next flight is going to be either we're going to be doing the A32NX or the Project Megapac's A330, because Air Mauritius does fly a flight not using the ATR-72. They have 2 ATR-72 flights every day, it looks like, and then they have a... Oops. And then they also have well, actually, they do have an A330-900 Neo flight on Tuesdays. I guess they kind of have, yeah, they kind of bounce back and forth between an A350 that comes in. I wonder if that's like a... So we might do an A330 and we'll use the actual plane that they use on that flight. A330 is a little less functional than the A32NX, and unfortunately the two groups aren't working together, and so they can't get the benefits of the A32NX and what those guys at FlyByWire have done to make that plane so great. But it's a short flight, hopefully we can do it in the A330. And I think the functionality is about the same as what we have here in the Boeing. This one might have a little bit better performance because Heavy Division has done some modding on it, and hopefully they're going to keep going with that. I don't know how much work Project Megapack has been doing in their A330. So things to be seen what that'll look like, but I think that's what we're going to do next flight, and that might be. I'm going to take a look and see what's going on around the house here, whatever everything's going on. And see if I want to do if a flight would be a better idea, or because I think once we get to Mauritius, I think we'll get there tonight and then maybe go to Seychelles tomorrow. We'll see. A lot of people in this house, in and out. I'd love to just keep flying today, but I also know I also want to kind of jump into American Truck Simulator at some point here. Looking on flightsim.to, and I'll pull that up for you guys. If you guys are ever looking for mods, here's where you go. Go to flightsim.to. This is your one-stop mod shop for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Really organized, lots of good stuff. I don't even know if I have the A330 downloaded yet. I know I have the A321. It's not saying I downloaded, but I might have downloaded directly from Project Megapack. But there's actually a Project Megapack A330 FlyByWire A32NX compatibility mod. So let's see what that one does. That might actually make the... I think there was a thing where it's like they couldn't work together. You couldn't use them both. At the same time, you actually had to pick which one you wanted activated. This might not actually be... It's still being updated though, and I don't know why they wouldn't be compatible, because the A32NX is now its own plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator. FlyByWire had gotten to that level. Project Megapack is still kind of piggybacking off of the Zibo A320 that comes with the game. Yeah, that's alright, Marlon. I'm busy almost all the time, even when I'm doing these streams. It's just the nature of things. At some point, I'll have our own place and be able to do streams and not be disturbing other people as much. Have a good setup. Let's see, where are we in relation? Yeah, we're almost to Doba. So we're gonna be coming towards our landing point soon. Saying about 25 minutes. So I'm just kind of messing around here looking at Project Light. Oh, I'm looking at the picture of the cockpit for the A330. The not fly-by-wire version. The A32NX versus the A330. And it's just like, wow, how... I think I will do the A330 next flight, and we're going to compare. If I could find an image, or maybe I'll just need to find some screenshots. I think I probably have a screenshot, but the A32NX versus the A330 cockpits, it's day and night. I mean, it doesn't it looks like almost a drawing, the stock vanilla A3 Airbus cockpit. It's ridiculous. Okay, so this mod says, okay, install the A32NX mod development version, which we have. Install the Project Mega Pack A330, download this mod and drag and drop into the community folder. Known issues, the EFB is missing and the printer does not work. Okay, so basically what it sounds like, kind of looking. Sounds like a very interesting mod. I guess it basically does that, pulls in that A32NX stuff. But I think, especially since A32, the fly-by-wire guys are doing so many massive updates to the plane. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of... He tells you to download the development version, but you should probably be downloading the stable version but basically, if I want to do this, and I'm going to try it out, it looks like you want to download the... Yeah, they have a main file, which is constantly updating. Well, yeah, the main file is actually out of date. Main file's actually older than the stable one, and that's from April 18th. And so basically what he's saying is, like, download the fly-by-wire stable version, which would be version 0.6, I think. But even, I think they're at, the stable's at 0.6.1 for the fly-by-wire A32NX. Okay, you can see we're kind of getting a little bit of frame. It's kind of, you can see that transition of the weather as we have caught. And just to show you what's going on, you can see how stuff is adjusting in temperature. So it's not adjusting smoothly, but I think it does more than what we see happen with the flight simulator live wire, or live weather. But I don't know, I've just noticed it more, so maybe it's not so great. But I think we're losing the top layer clouds. We're still getting those clouds at a lower level. It's not a graceful transition. Well, it claims to be graceful. I don't know if that's just my PC. Yeah, but this thing says, yeah, download, if we can do the... Well, I'm going to try that. We're going to... we'll see if we can do the A330 and see if that pulls in some of that fly-by-wire stuff into the A330, because that'd be kind of great to have the A330 that Project Mega Pack has put together, and not have to deal with the vanilla Zibo A320, the textures. I mean, it's just, wow. It's amazing when you look at what the fly-by-wire guys have done in comparison to what we originally got on the Zibo. So if you are flying the A320 Neo at all in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and you don't have the A32NX fly-by-wire mod, you are greatly missing out, and get it immediately. If you install the developmental version of it, there's 3 versions you can install. There's an installer, they have a stable version. I use the developmental version. Basically, with the developmental version, every day you have to update it. It's a very quick update, and it's automatic. You just say update. It'll tell you if you need to update too. stable. I think, obviously once everything gets stable, but the developmental is usually pretty stable. And then there's the experimental, which that's the one that's going to be the less stable. So developmental is basically, I think it's updated almost every day. Stable is going to be your more full releases, 0.6, 0.7, more of that release every. Man, these clouds. So many clouds. Alright, we're just about at Dobut, so I'm going to get in the plane here. Now that is a really strange looking radar there. I always find that it get that weird radar with the clouds sometimes. Okay, what are we doing here? ATC. What's the plan? Yeah, the star is basically straight in anyway, so not much of a star if you ask me. And we're going to continue in from Dobut on the star. So Dobut 1 Romeo, basically go 135 miles at 149 degrees, which is what we're doing right now. Yeah, so let's... Actually, I'm going to throw that in. Arrival. The plan right now is runway 14. And, ooh. I always get a little worried when they have the different ones, ILSs. So I'm going to kind of wait for them to tell me which one is it. Like I said, the star is basically just straight in. To a certain point. Let's see. Approaches. Let's see. I'm not fully clear what the difference is between the different ILS X, ILS Y. I think they're just different plans, and that's why ATC will tell you which one you need. But in any case, we should be getting it soon, hopefully. Let's see, where's my ATC? I lost my ATC here. I had it. We'll pull it up over here. Request the vector, wake them up. Sometimes they just fall asleep and they don't talk to you.
Heavy requesting vector to next waypoint.
Oh, we're missing out behind us. So we're going to keep on a straight heading.
Turn right, heading 145 for Zulu navigation reunion 275 heavy.
Muddy, is that a vote for ATS? Do a stream for ATS next? Yeah, by the time we get landed and done with this stream, it'll probably be about 5 o'clock here, so Yeah, I probably will do. Well, it's gonna be a toss-up. We'll see how I can get it working. I'm gonna want to probably download a few mods. So maybe I'll do that, and that'll be the rest of tonight, doing some ATS, American Truck Simulator, and you know, maybe we'll sneak in late. I don't know what's going on here, but maybe I can sneak in that 45-minute flight to Mauritius. Okay, descend and maintain. Not paying attention. 27,000. So they haven't given us anything for the weather. There's no way for us to get it here, so I'm going to look
customs at our destination.
at our MEDAR.
Attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
So this is a great site for getting your MEDAR data if you can't get it in
Reunion
flight.
275. Heavy, please expedite your descent to flight level 270.
You can see we have 68 degrees, broken clouds. It's nighttime really there. Our barometer is 30.03. The sun's going down at 5:45, so the sun is, once we get there, it's going to be kind of going down. Our winds and everything right there. So that's a great website. It's MEDAR. -TAF.com, and that one was updated 14 minutes ago, so it's a great way to get your MEDAR. It's really clean, clear. You can kind of see, it'll tell you if it's a VFR or a BIFR conditions, all that stuff. Really? Oh, okay, we were at 39. That's right. Like, we're only at 35,000. I've been blabbing my face off for a few minutes here already, and they're gonna want us to expedite, but that's why we can't have that ability to do that, really. Seatbelt lights back on.
Gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Thanks for joining in. We are descending towards our final approach into Saint-Denis, Réunion Island, Air Austral flight 275. I have on the description it says 277, but we switched to 275. Took off around 3 o'clock. Going to be landing should be about 6:10 local time. That's a Saturday flight, so this is a real flight that would have taken place a few hours earlier, because I think local time it's probably 9 o'clock in the evening now. We're about 3 hours earlier than it is real life. Alright, so the plane is starting to level out at 27,000. When we get to T-stop, I'll be down to 0.4 Mach. Oh, we need to start.
Descend and maintain 15,000 feet. Reunion 275 heavy.
Slowing down as well. Hopefully. Yeah, it looks like the plane's starting to slow. Pulling the throttle back. Still haven't given me a final here, what we're doing.
Reunion 275, heavy you will rate 6 miles northwest.
Visual runway 32.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors. Visual runway tree to approach.
Okay, we can do that.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors. Visual runway tree to approach. Reunion 275 heavy.
Okay, let's see. We're gonna test the ATC, see if they can get us in visually here. So 3-2. Now, just to be safe, I'm going to put in direct departures. For arrivals, we are doing 3-2. What? There is no visual runway 3-2 approach, but there is no 3-2. Well, there is. That'd be the opposite of runway 14. I don't know why. Yeah, why don't we have any? There's no approach patterns for that. I guess they don't have any approach. Yeah, there are no approach patterns for that. I'm looking here on. Okay. We're going to be coming in and flipping around, coming in the opposite direction, it looks like. Alright. Well, we're gonna put our hands in the AI ATCs, or we're gonna put our lives and this flight in the hands of Microsoft's AI ATC. And we're getting pretty close to going below these clouds. Now, I don't know, would you do a visual approach at this time of the evening where the sun is going down and it's getting dark? Wouldn't you go ILS or VOR? I think we can put VOR in still and use it in reverse. Let me see. Where can I? VOR, undefined. I'm gonna do that. I think I can do that. I think I can put in the VOR frequency still. That way I can get a... I can find the VOR frequency. So the VOR frequency for Reunion is 112 8.9. Let's see what that does. And then we can put in our course is 133, would be 133, but we're going to be coming in the opposite direction, so it's going to be 313. I think that's how you do it. I'm just scurrying about these clouds. They're still not coming down into them. Where is VOR? How do I switch to VOR on the VOR left? Okay, there's the VOR. We're going to turn off weather. See how that works. Never done a VOR in this plane. Okay, we're at 15,000 ATC. What are we doing? Oh, we're gonna need to. To give us vectors, we're going to need to start putting them in like this.
Center Reunion.
I know it sounds like I'm pestering ATC, but sometimes they go off and don't actually do anything. Yeah, see, there you go. Turn left.
Turn left, heading 105, Reunion 275 heavy.
Okay, so LNAV is off. We're going to be going off the heading now. So they're going to kind of loop us around. So far, so good, it looks like. Putting in my minimums here, it's 2050. Now I think we do radio, I think. I forget radio barometer and how that works. We are going to be visual as well. So. Okay, so we're just hanging at 15,000. Hoping that VOR thing works. Really surprised they're having us do a visual because it's probably dark down. By the time we get to the ground, it's gonna be dark. And with the cloud cover. But it's still visual because you have the lights. I assume. Not socked in by fog or anything. Transition altitude is 12,000 feet. Final approach, well, our final approach is going to be 313, the opposite of runway 14. I believe that's how you do it. You can put in the VOR and then you just have to go in the opposite direction. Yep, just in time. We're relying on ATC, John, so we're going to see if they fly us around in circles, as you've seen before, but I did all right in Comoros. Actually, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to slow it down. We're pretty... How do I change my speed? Maybe I can't adjust my speed. Huh. Hey Gage, you're back, and just in time for our sunset arrival. I'm trying to figure out how I can slow down. We're at 280, and I don't want to be at 280. I kind of want to get slowed down here. I don't know how to do that. We turn off auto throttle? I don't think we turn off auto throttle to do it. Really weird that I can't well, that did it. Did something. Okay, VNAV doesn't let me. I don't know what FLCH does. Flight level flight level change, I suppose. What we're holding right now. You can see we're kind of going off to the left of the airport because we're going to swing around and come in the other way. They want us to come in visuals. That VOR doesn't look right though. Well, it might be. Yeah, because it's going to be... We were coming in at 140 and... Oh no, it doesn't seem right because it's at... Like where it's pointing doesn't seem right to me. 12.9. That is what it is, though. We have the course set for 313, which is the opposite. It should be like pointing there, I would think. I'm not sure what's going on with that VOR. Why it's all off. I don't know. Alright. Now I'm gonna keep requesting the vectors because they sometimes just the ATC falls asleep and they leave it kind of hanging. Now they want me to turn right.
Turn right, heading 165 Reunion 275 heavy.
They haven't had us come down any further though. Alright, we're gonna turn 165. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we're kind of going out now. We're gonna get more in line. Or start coming around. Yeah, basically, at the point where we're at, we're almost a quarter of the way to Mauritius. I mean, that's how close these two islands are. And I can't remember if I did a flight between these two islands before. I don't think I did. I think I kind of bounced back and forth between Madagascar and these islands. So this next flight is going to be super short.
Reunion 275 heavy descent and maintain 2,000 feet. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet, Reunion 275 heavy.
They want us to get all the way down to 2,000, which is below our minimum actually, which is kind of weird. Start getting the airspeed down to about 220. Actually, we don't need to get that low yet. These sunsets, when you get the clouds, whew, beautiful, beautiful, nice orange and reds coming in. See, we're gonna lose the sun. It's gonna get kind of dark, I think, under the clouds. Speed brake on. That way you can make the descent a little quicker, but we don't get too fast. We want to stay under 250. But that's a little bit too much.
Reunion 275, heavy contact approach on 123.1. Going to 123.1 Reunion 275 heavy. Approach Reunion 275 Heavy is out of 11,700 feet for 2,000 feet.
Reunion 275 Heavy approach, continue as planned.
Into the clouds. Let's change our range here, get a little bit closer. And we are now below 10,000. We turn our landing lights on.
We have begun our final descent into your destination.
And go.
Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
30.03. I think this is our landing speed. Actually, is only going to be that, so we don't even get that slow yet. I'm not sure where I can find my landing speeds and how many flaps do I put up. I don't know. Look at that. Crazy. Shining through the clouds like that. Let's get rid of the speed brake, or we'll arm it. And we'll start deploying flaps. I believe, yeah, we can see the water. Wow, that is crazy. Oh, there's the island over there. Alright, off to our left. Let's request a vector.
Approach Reunion 275 Heavy requesting vector to next waypoint.
Reunion 275 Heavy, turn left heading 105.
Okay, they're gonna have us turn left 105 again.
Turn left heading 105.
Sometimes
Reunion
feel like they get in like this
275
weird thing where they're just gonna tell us to oscillate between these two headings, and it makes no actual sense to do that. Look at that sunset. Wow. I didn't plan on this this. I was planning our next flight was going to be a morning takeoff. You'd get some of these colors, but this is a really good time to land. Wow. Let's flip around and see the island over here too. Be off to our right. There it is. You can kind of see the lights of the city. Those red lights are wind turbines. Which I think the airport's over here. It might be here. They have us landing visual, so yeah, ILS is all on 1-4, but they want us to land opposite at 3-2, so we're going to come in visual. Hopefully it all works out. Pretty low here. I don't know why they're having us come down so far. I'm going to kind of stop at 3,000 because our... I look at the chart. Yeah, basically... I think our minimums... Okay, our minimums... Well, that's... yeah. I just don't want to go all the way. Now we'll go to... I'm just going to switch this so I can change it by hundreds. I feel like we're really low, though. Skirting. And not in... Yeah, it's just such a weird path. It's like, give me a vector to the next waypoint. Okay, go to 165. Watch it. They're going to tell me 165 here. Which is not really getting us where we need to go.
Reunion 275
135.
turn right heading 135.
Why'd you tell me to go with 105? Give me the right
Turn
vector.
right, heading 135 Reunion
Give me the right
275
vector
heavy.
in the first place. I'm so low that I feel like I'm going to dip into the water. The clouds are starting to clear up. We're going to lose that beautiful coloring. Oh, it must actually be more clear over here. That's that weather thing. I don't know if the live weather, Microsoft Live Weather, would go like this and we'd lose all these clouds, but I guess we're going to lose them.
Reunion 275 heavy contact Antananarivo Center on
Antananarivo Center. Really? Why are we not on approach?
Going to 126
Why would I...
7 Reunion 275 heavy.
Not going to give me approach clearance. Come on.
Antananarivo Center Reunion 275 heavy is out of 3,000 feet for 2,000 feet.
Oh, that's even more pretty.
Reunion 275 heavy Antananarivo Center. Continue as planned. QNH
the
3
plan is,
0
dude.
decimal 01.
Give me some vectors in today. Would be nice. Alright, let's whoop. Go back in here. Oh wow. Wow. Look at that. Look at that transition there. It's just, that's crazy. Where are we? Just flying around in circles now. Okay, we're gonna come back this way, I think. Pretty soon, hopefully. UNH has gone down a little bit.
Reunion 275 heavy, please expedite your descent to 2,000 feet.
Light's fading fast. That is very eerie over the ocean with all these clouds. I don't remember ever it looking like this before. I think with just all those different colors, it's really pulling it out.
Reunion 275 heavy, please
I believe
expedite
I
your
am
descent to
expediting,
2,000 feet.
Landing lights are set. Yes, they are. Alright, she's gonna throw on that wing light as well. Yeah, we're almost at 2,000. I don't know what she's complaining about. Actually below my minimum though, so weird. On our auto brake, I think we'll do 4. I think we have enough runway. Oh, wait, double check. Runway is, where's my airport? Runway 32 is 8,000. We're actually landing on the shorter runway too for some reason. So 8,760 feet. So a little bit short. So I'm gonna go max because I'm not sure how much I need. Give me the vectors in here. Let's go.
Antonana Evo Center Reunion 275 Heavy requesting vector to next waypoint. Reunion 275 Heavy turn right
Alright,
heading
that's a
255.
significant turn actually.
Turn right heading 255 Reunion 275 Heavy.
Alright. Alright, now we're pointed directly at the island, and then we're gonna have to make about a 90-degree turn, a little bit less than a 90-degree turn, or more than a 90-degree turn. No, less. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a nice landing today. Nice time to land. Very weird path that the ATC has been putting me on. Not a very gradual vector in. Kind of doing some weird angles, but hopefully. 313. Okay, I don't know why the VOR is pointed all wrong. That's a little annoying. It's undefined. I don't know why it's doing that. I suppose I could put it on what it's supposed to be here, which is it's gonna be what, 133? The actual course for that doesn't really do anything. I don't know why the VOR is pointed that way, because this should be able to, you can adjust the VOR which direction you want it. You're just going, the VOR is a fixed point, and then you just put the radial you want off of it. For some reason it's pointing this way. That's not making sense.
Reunion 275 Heavy contact approach on 123.1.
Yep, runway's on our right. It's gonna be
123.1
taking a turn right there.
275 Heavy.
Hopefully with enough time to.
Approach Reunion 275 Heavy 2,000 feet.
Yeah, I'm almost. I think we should start
Reunion 275
deploying
Heavy
some
approaching
flaps.
continuous plan.
Don't really need to. We're already kind of slowed down pretty good.
0.000.
Thank you, John. Yep, I think we should be able to land this. There's no problem. It is a little bit bigger plane than I landed last flight, and it's a little bit bigger than the A320. But don't think I've had too much trouble the flights I have done in this. And I've done a few flights in the 787. Especially early on when I first got Flight Simulator. This plane, because I had no idea how to fly the Airbus, and this plane was obviously a lot closer, being a Boeing, to the 737, obviously being bigger. But, you know, obviously the A32NX has kind of overtaken it as the favorite plane to fly because that plane is so much more developed at this point. But hopefully the guys at Heavy Division who are modding this plane can get it to that point as well. Yeah, I do think we're too low, so it's going to be like very hard to catch that glide slope because it's supposed to catch it at probably 3,000 feet and then kind of come in. And for some reason ATC is insisting on that on this approach. Okay, I think I understand what's going on in the VR. This is a little bit different than the way it works in the A32NX. A32NX, you see it and then you have that bar and you're kind of just pointing towards the bar. This arrow is going to line up where we need to point. Right now, if we wanted to get right to the VOR, we'd be pointing, we'd want to be going at about 292 degrees. But once it gets here, then we'll know, okay, that's when we gotta turn, get in there. We're just a little low. I don't know. Sometimes ATC, I think, clears us. It seems like we're low. Maybe this is where you'd actually fly it in. You take your whole approach this height. But, I don't know. Seems low to me. Yeah, so I'm guessing since we came in, since we came in here in the evening, I'll maybe just do a day takeoff, or it'll still be a morning takeoff. Maybe it'll just be a little. Yep, we are too low, but oh yeah, I think we really are too low. I mean, I don't even think you can see the airport from here. I'm gonna get back up here to 3,000 so I can at least. They're gonna start freaking out though, but it's their problem. And again, the minimum, yeah, the minimum for the VOR is right, that they told us is 2,050, and like I don't know how you can have me cleared to 2,000, have me need to be down at 2,000 either. Runway should be in sight, yeah, be over there.
Approach Reunion, 275 Heavy requesting vector to next waypoint.
Reunion 275 Heavy, turn right heading tree 20.
Turn right heading tree 20 Reunion, 275 Heavy.
That's not where we want to be, our heading we want, actually. A little too... I think the runway, yeah, is going to be over... Oh, there it is. You can see... I believe we're going on this one. That's going to be our runway. Let me just get a map up here quick so I can make sure. Yeah, so we're going to be coming on that one. Yeah, usually we use the one right along the water. For some reason, they're taking us on 315.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet, QNH 30.00.
Why would I be at 2,000 feet? Again, I'm skimming the...
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet Reunion, 275 Heavy.
I don't know why they told us to turn at 320 because that would take us out here. This is a really weird approach because again, you have much more clearance coming in on 30. You've got this hill kind of sloping up here that we're gonna be coming over.
Reunion 275 Heavy Airport is 12 miles at your 12 o'clock. Maintain present heading and altitude. Report runway in sight.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Reunion 275 Heavy. Reunion 275 Heavy. I have the runway in sight.
Okay, so you can see the VOR moving.
Reunion 275 Heavy, you're 11 miles southeast of Mayotte. Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact tower on 118.4.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 118.4. Reunion 275 Heavy. Tower Reunion 275 Heavy 9 miles southeast inbound. Visual runway 32 approach.
Reunion 275 Heavy Tower. Cleared visual runway 32 approach. QNH 30.00 wind 160 at 10.
Tower Reunion 275 Heavy inbound. Visual runway 32 approach.
Reunion 275 Heavy Tower. Cleared visual runway 32 approach. QNH 30.00 wind 160 at 10.
Tower Reunion 275 Heavy inbound. Visual runway
It's
32
coming
approach.
down here.
Reunion 275 Heavy Tower. Cleared visual runway 32 approach. QNH 30.00 wind 160 at 10.
Tower Reunion 275 Heavy inbound. Visual runway 32 approach.
Reunion 275 Heavy Tower. Cleared visual runway 32 approach. QNH
Just a little to the left, I think we're doing fine.
at 10.
Go back on the
Tower
throttle.
Reunion 275 Heavy inbound. Visual runway 32 approach.
You got 4 white, so we're a little high.
Reunion 275 Heavy Tower. Cleared visual runway 32 approach.
I don't know if we're gonna make it
QNH
slow down enough, I don't think.
30.00 wind 160 at 10. Reunion 275 Heavy
I
cleared
actually have
to
to go
land
around.
runway 32. Wind
Seems to
160
slow down.
at 10.
Clear to land runway 3 to Reunion 275 Heavy.
There we go. Oh, starting to float. I gotta get down. Just enough runway. Yeah, steep approach, too high. Yeah, I got a little bit distracted and then lost. I think I can turn around right here.
have reached our destination. The local
We're
time
getting to
is
the end.
5:02
More
p.m.
room.
and it's currently about 19 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins.
It's a little bit more room than the end there.
If this is your final destination,
I'm gonna try to
thank you for flying with us.
sneak it.
If you're making a connection,
Yeah, I floated. It wasn't the best landing, but for visual and kind of getting dark there and kind of getting used to what I need to do, like how slow. I didn't get slowed down enough. That was the big problem. Kind of panicked then and trying to get slowed. Then I put too much throttle back in. Yeah, look at this. I still can't turn this plane. It refuses to turn. It just refuses to turn. And we'll just, no matter how much room I try to turn it at all, it'll just start just going straight. It does not want to turn. Come on.
Reunion 275 Heavy, did you hear my last transmission?
Yeah, I don't know why my co-pilot can't handle it now.
118.4 for Reunion 275 Heavy.
You just gotta be very patient with the turn. Yeah, I still haven't figured out how to get it set to turn, you know, just be able to turn. This plane is really bad for turning. Yeah, it's not even reacting. It's weird. It's like locked right now. It's not even reacting to my inputs either. Whoa. That's kind of weird. I don't know why they didn't have us come in on 30 if they wanted us to come in this way. Like, why go 1-4? No idea. You can see it's like I try to put the inputs. Yeah, I'm still. I really need to figure out how to the dead zone and the curve for this. I'm terrible at that, but because I start turning and I put way too much input and it just locks it out. All right, turn off our runway lights. Turn on our taxi light. Turn off the strobe light. Turn on. Start the APU. And request taxi gates.
Ground Reunion
Oh yeah, Microsoft needs to fix
275
it.
Heavy taxi to the gate.
Reunion 275 Heavy, taxi to gate 4.
Taxi to gate 4.
Taxiing to gate for Reunion 275 Heavy.
Gate 4 is gonna be basically right there, I think. That's gate 3. This is gate 4, we'll say. Yeah, so this airport's been modded too. I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember. I think maybe this terminal building's a little bit bigger than it was originally. And then obviously Seychelles is going to be, because Seychelles isn't actually in the game as by default. Since this is modded, I hope these jetways actually a little bit hard break there. Will actually extend to us. We're gonna get our parking brake on. call for the jetway. No call for jetway. Oh, there we go. Call for the jetway.
Ground Reunion 275 Heavy, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Reunion 275 Heavy, the jetway is going to be connected.
Nothing inside, unfortunately. Alright, we can do, I believe we... Oh, we can use that tell us. Where did my checklist go? Actually don't have a checklist for turning off. I think we just cut off the fuel? Or we might actually do... Yeah, that's the starting. Yeah, so we just cut off the fuel and that's going to turn off the engines. I see lights off, runway turn. We do have our APU still going. We can actually get our ground power.
Ground Reunion 275 Heavy, could you please send a ground power unit?
And the passengers are deboarding. Have I ever flown? I haven't flown it like a whole flight. I've flown just kind of messing around with it. And because there are no flights that... I don't think there are really any passenger flights that do the 747 anymore. I do want to fly. I do want to get into it and do some maybe cargo flying. And again, it's free. I'm looking forward to PMDG coming out. I know I'm just going to spend all my money on that stuff because I know PMDG has a lot of... They actually model the cargo loading and stuff that Microsoft Flight Simulator doesn't even do. Doesn't even bother with cargo loading or anything, which is kind of lame. But, yeah, I'd like to fly the 747 if I could. Okay, our external power is already on, so we can turn off the APU. And that is it for the flight. We don't really have to do too much other stuff to shut it down. I'm just going to leave it as is. Yeah, it's a very pretty area. I mean, you got this, it's kind of going up the hill. Yeah, almost all the PMDG planes. I've never bought from them before, but from what I've seen in X-Plane and Prepared and all the other ones, they look really cool. So I suppose if I'm going to go for something, might as well. Yeah. All right, let's go. I'm going to jump over here first and show you. Well, this is Volanta, which I'm using now. I'm using Project Fly as well, but Volanta pretty cool. It actually shows you all the flights in the exact path on top of each other. You see our path. This is what they were doing to me, bringing me into the airport. We'll review the flight. We're the fourth person to arrive here. I like the little stats they tell you. We're the fourth person to arrive here today. You can see our flight landing rate. 314, a little heavy, but for a plane this size, not too bad. You kind of, under 300 is where you want to be, but not terrible. Landing speed probably a little too fast. I'm not sure. 381 passengers, distance 847 nautical miles. Fuel burn 6,598. That's a lot more than our last flight. Last flight was, we burned like 300 kilos, which doesn't make sense to me. Flight time 2:07, so pretty cool. I really like this one. Pretty clean. There's no way for me to, unfortunately, save the flight to export to like Google or something, but considering that all the flights are shown on here, this might actually be the better way to kind of just see where we're flying over the whole time. So there's that. Jump into Project Fly. Again, Project Fly being very similar, but a little bit different. They only give you this little map where you can see what your flight was, and the height and all that. 303 flight data. I like to export this just in case and throw it into Google and see where I flew. I can go away. And finally, as if I don't have enough things open, expected arrival. We're 5 minutes late, actually. I didn't notice that. Boarding check.
How many more passengers do we have back there in the cabin?
7 minutes. Oh, we can just end the flight. Oh, let's actually look at them coming off. They're running off the plane. They want to get off as quick as possible. Satisfaction 89%. Let's end it and see what they say. Now, in reality, how many passengers did it say I had? 381, but on this it says 332, so I'm not sure why PAC-X only allows 332, and it really can have more. Why does it keep hiding? Totally telling my friends about this airline. That's better. Not any notable events. Last flight we had a lot of the erratic flying. Alright, John, yeah, next session. I'm not sure when we'll do that. It might be tomorrow, might be late tonight. Short flight over to Mauritius. And I'm not going to be doing the ATR-72. We're going to do one of the Airbuses for that. But I might be doing some American Truck Simulator tonight instead. We'll see. We'll see what works, what happens. Both of those will be short streams, about an hour long, I would hope. Alright, so yeah, our actual arrival, we were just about 6 minutes late. Our departure, we were 12 minutes early, so we kind of lost time there with that whole fly around. Alright, so we are on beautiful Réunion Island. I always think this island looks really cool, this city. Saint-Denis. We're actually over in Sainte Marie, but over there's Saint-Denis. Next flight will be, as I said, to Plaisance, Mauritius. And we'll be doing Air Mauritius, and we'll be doing either the A32NX, A320neo, or the Project Megapack A330, which is the real plane that they use for that flight at least once a week, or a couple times a week. So please leave like the video, put a comment below, tell me I'm stupid, I don't know, whatever you want to put. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and until next time, keep the blue side up and take care.